H.A. Goodman worked for a brief stint at the U.S. Department of State's Foreign Service Institute. That's interesting. How come he never speaks about it? Why is there no real information on most internet personalities? Did Melvin Goodman help get him that job? Here's an excerpt, blurb on Melvin Goodman. Said he was a senior analyst at the Bureau of Intelligence and Research of the State Department. I looked into that a little bit. It was one of the few programs that got carried over from the OSS to the CIA. This is from the Wikipedia. I've learned from Aunt Beebe that it's an amazing reference. Just kidding. So it's still there, the Bureau of Intelligence and Research. They turned Melvin Goodman into a fake whistleblower against the CIA. It didn't really pan out, as no one has ever heard of him, except for apparently myself and a few others. I found an appearance by H.A. on something called the Dr. Vibe Show. That took place in December 2014. H.A. looked presentable. He wasn't goofy at all. He acted normal.
That black men should exercise their Second Amendment rights and carry a gun openly. Almost every state of this country, aside from 5, you can pretty much do that. All the fears that say, well, what if they have a criminal background, and what if they're actually committing a crime and they're just merging in with the population, and all these kind of assumptions and fears actually hurt white people openly carrying, or people of any other ethnic background or race. It actually defeats the NRA and the open carry movements.
There's something called H.A. Goodman's Hyperbole Translator channel. I guess that's one of his channels. I'm not sure, but it looks like it. I haven't heard him mention it at all. Found a clip of him. It's from June. He looked ragged. Now, I'm starting to think his drug of choice is MDMA, the ecstasy, the Molly, do they call it? His face is rolling. I've seen videos of different ways that the face decays from whichever drug of choice someone has. Cocaine seems to influence the jaw, so they get a coke jaw. The MDMA ecstasy apparently leads into that Bozo the Clown rolling upward face. The cheeks filled with air, the bottom, the nerves are dead. They're trying to stretch out those nerves. Or I don't know, I'm guessing probably, but it does look like H.A. Goodman. And there's meth. Crystal meth and meth. Benny's for, who's that guy, Peterson? I forget his name. They kept plugging him, the professor guy from Canada. He got addicted to Benny's. So there are all these different drugs that these personalities seem to be getting addicted to, and they seem dependent on them for energy, but they take their toll. I'm making these videos as a public service, without doubt. I don't care how good the drugs are making people feel or how good they sound. It's not worth it. Look at those people. You don't want to end up like that. I'm in my 50s and am so happy that I never went for hard drugs. I only went for the weed. And even though I lived in Ireland for a number of years and drank up a little bit there, I love Guinness. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in a decade or a very long time. Maybe not a decade. A few years back, maybe I was still having a little bit. But for the most part, no. I've been off of booze, hooch, decades since I was young. I never grokked alcohol because it makes you sick. You end up puking. Weed is the opposite. If you get nauseous after smoking weed, that means you were sick to begin with. And it can be a hangover remedy. You take a big hit, you hold it, and then you puke it out, and then you feel better. I don't know. It seemed to work for hangovers back in the day. Take a hit of weed, hold it, and then just... but be careful. I'm not saying